This guy paid $14,000 to five different people who claim to be experts at outbound just to figure out like what is actually going to be the thing which leads to awesome results, more clients, sales, and revenue for his company. And he realized like all of them do the exact same thing, but one company made a small change, and that led to 2 to 3 times better reply rates and better results. And we personally, when we applied this like months ago, it's all documented on my YouTube channel, we've seen upwards of 4 times increase in reply rates. There was a campaign getting like 2.2% reply rates on Twitter outbound, and that suddenly jumped to 8.5% plus. Again, all publicly documented months ago. And the only thing which we changed was the exact same thing this guy is speaking about over here. So basically, like the TLDR of this post on Reddit is he created like a brand new company and he hired like five different agencies at different price points just to see which one is actually going to like deliver like the best results, which one is going to book him as many meetings with qualified people in his industry. And his takeaway was like all of them did the exact same thing, especially the lead list, the list of people they were going to contact. All of them used like the same generic filters on a poll, they used like the same job titles, everything was exactly the same. And then they blasted out emails to them. But there was one company, company number four, I guess, like agency D, and over there, like they got 2 to 3 times better results than everyone else. And the only difference was because they used like some other strategy. Like I've not read this entire post with depth, like just like I've not basically gotten lost in the weeds, but I understood the essence of it. So I'm just going to be giving like different practical examples on how you can approach this particular thing, like lead list building, different ideas for your brain, so that when you're going to build out your next set of leads or your next set of campaigns for yourself or for your clients, where you're selling leads in as a service too, then you know exactly like, okay, this is the person in this particular industry, like this is how Sawmill approaches different things, and maybe this is how I can approach this particular thing. And I just want to give you like so many aspects, like I want to open up your brain to create a ways of approaching this issue so that you're not stuck like another idiot who's basically like going to Apollo, applying the filters of founder, owner, CEO, and using the same generic industries like ChatGPT gave you, and then you're like scraping it using like ample leads or some shit. I don't want you to be that guy. I want you to get awesome results. So I'm just gonna give you a shitload of examples and open up. Now, let's say you have a company where you are hypothetically, let's say you're doing Instagram outbound or Facebook cold DMs. And again, if you're not doing this, this example will still be relevant. Let's say you're doing Instagram outbound, and what you do, like most people, is you go over to Instagram and you search for like hashtag, let's say you're targeting plumbers. You search for like hashtag plumbers and shit and all of that type of data. You do that like hashtag plumber Instagram, and you just like go over there and you scrape like the particular hashtags using a tool like Growman. I think that's the tool which people use. Growman IG email extractor. Like, yeah, this is the tool which everyone uses for scraping Instagram. Let's say you're one of these people. Again, nothing wrong with it, but that's what everyone else is going to do. They're basically going to go onto Instagram and then they're going to like scrape the hashtags, and they're going to scrape like hashtag plumber, and all these people are going to get the same exact DMs from you. Now, what if you try to think out of the box and you try to find the same set of data? You try to find the same like Instagram profiles of these plumbers, but you just try to find it from a different source, a source which maybe other people are not using. So, for example, like let's say we use like lead contact info for getting data scrape. So, let's say you're using this, and over here on scrapers, they have like a Google Map scraper. Let's say you want to use this. So, over here, let's say I want plumbers in New York. I'll start this particular scraping job over here. And I'm like, bro, Sawmill, everyone knows like Google Maps scraping. Everyone knows like how to scrape numbers from Google Maps. And these people are getting like blasted cold calls. SMS, everyone is sending them like messages on their phone numbers. And are absolutely correct about it. You're like, oh my God, I cannot find Instagram profiles and Facebook profiles from like over here from the Google My Business thing, whatever. And you're absolutely correct over here as well. But I just wanted to like wait and see the magic which you're going to be doing. So I'm just going to like let this scraper run. You can see it has scraped like 26 results. I think for one search term, Google Maps only returns like 120 results. So I'm going to be getting around like 120 results. So I'm going to let this job finish, let it completely scrape, and then I'm going to be back. So around 35 rows, 40 rows have been scraped, and I'm just going to like download this data. I'll open this up in a CSV file to see if it's done, but I don't think so. Like, I can download the data before the entire data set has been scraped. So I might have to wait, but if I'm able to find the data before it's scraped, I'll just have to like wait for it. There's nothing we can do. And I don't think so by the looks of it, we're able to download the data. I'll just like wait for it to be complete. So I paused it at 83 rows. I think if you stop it, then you can download the data. And that's what I did. And as you can see over here, we got all of the things like the phone number, website, everything. And now you might be wondering, like, I don't see the fucking Instagram. And you're absolutely correct. You can see like this is the exact query we use. Plumber in New York, in case you're wondering what this platform is, it's lead contact info. They have like a free trial and everything. We use this shit. $3.4 a day for unlimited emails and phones. It's awesome. I love it. Anyways, I come over to Scrapers again and we go over to website scraper. Now I'm just going to upload the CSV file I just downloaded and I'm just going to map the column which has the website. I'm going to do this and I'm just going to like allow it to start scraping the different websites and then you're going to see the magic. So now the data has been scraped and I'm just like going to download this CSV file. We basically scrape the websites of these businesses, which you again scrape from Google Maps. And like lead contact info also has like API access, so you can just like leave it running in the background. You don't need to wait for it to be complete. And now you can see over here, where's the Instagram URL thing? I'm not able to, yeah. You can see, we have like Instagram URLs of all these businesses. Now you can be like, oh my God, these Instagrams are public. Yes, they're public, but no one is using their brain. No one is doing this. And everyone who's doing Instagram outbound, they're scraping like followers of a particular person and some shit. No one's using their brain to target these particular profiles. Now I can reach out to them. They're probably receiving like maybe one DM over here compared to the phone number because everyone is scraping Google Maps and they're blasting the phone numbers, which you see over here. I'm just like trying to open up your brain. You have to be creative. You have to think out of the box. I'm just doing this live. So for example, like let's say you want to sell software as a service, you have like a SaaS company. What you can do, like what everyone does is they go to like Apollo, they apply the same like the same filters, marketing companies, blah 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 blah. So now what I want to do is let's say I want to reach out to like let's say I launch a cold email platform that's a competitor to Instantly. What I'm gonna do is like they don't actually have like a lot of followers here. But what you can do is you can go and you can find an influencer who speaks about like outbound or a particular thing. So let's say I want to find, yeah, I have the perfect example. So there's this guy, Saden. What's his name? Like Pipeline of User, I think. On Twitter. Yeah, there's this guy and he basically has this thing called deliveron.org where he sells like Outlook inboxes and he charges like I think around $50 a month for 100 inboxes, which is like a 10x markup because you can get like 100 inboxes for like $6, which is like almost 10 times cheaper. So let's say I wanted to promote unlimitedinboxes.com, which is the platform that allows you to do it. You can get the first 100 inboxes free. What I can do is instead of trying to apply the same filters on Apollo and shit, I can copy his like username over here. I can go on to app.twitterdm.com. Twitterdm.com is basically a platform which you can use for Twitter outbound, and this is not made for it. But again, we can use it to scrape lists. So what I'll do is I'll create a prospect list. I'll call it, say then followers. Next, followers. I'll enter his like URL or the username. Check. Let's see if we find the correct profile. Yeah, we can see we found it like 22,340. And we start scraping the shit. I'm just gonna wait for it to be completed. Just gonna ensure like it starts scraping. I actually created the same job twice, so I'm gonna delete it because I clicked on the start button like twice. You can see like 300 of them have been scraped as well. And in case you were thinking like this shit does not work, that's exactly what this tool, tweetscraper.io does, which is like fucking overpriced, man. Like I don't know why the fuck people would even use this shit. Like $49 for 1,000 emails, bro. I'm sending 20,000 emails a day. I'll be spending like $249 every single day. And if you don't believe me, like, I'll just show you. Like, this is just for myself, like my own thing. You can see 3,600 email accounts, 20,000 emails are sending. You can see 16,000 sent in one fucking day. Like, I don't know about you. If I'm doing this shit, I'll be paying like how many dollars? Like $7,500 a month. just to these idiots. And I don't want to do that. So what I do is like I just find these platforms where you can scrape unlimited without paying data for data, and I'm just going to download like 18,300 is good enough, and I'll open it up in Google Sheets. But I don't think so. You can like download it in the time you have scraped all of this data. But you can see scraping is pretty fast. Like 23,000 contacts, it's almost scraped. I'm just waiting for it to be complete. Yeah, you can see it's ready. Now we should be able to. Yeah, now it's downloaded. I'll just open it up. Open, upload, boom. And what we're now going to do is we're going to like find the email addresses of people from this public Twitter data. And you might be wondering, like, Twitter does not give that shit. And you're absolutely correct, but we get the full name and we get the website URL. And we can change this. Like, we can, like, basically enrich this data over here, if it makes sense. So, for example, like, we have this thing called inboxagents.ai, and we have the first name and the last name. What we can do is come out to like lead contact info and come out to enrichment, and we can find like, let's say, find email, and we can like upload the CSV file over here where we have the first name, the last name, and the domain, and then we can again use this exact same data to find the email addresses of this person, first name, last name, and email address. And this is like the same thing which platform like Find Email do. You can use this as well if you want to. They give you like 5,000 credits for $99. Lead contact info gives you like unlimited. So I just use that. And again, it's all up to your creativity. You have to think like how it can be done. So what you can do is again, if you want to like get rid of the entries which do not have a website URL, you can just like remove the blanks. Now you have like a list of all the different websites. What you can also do is like, or just filter it, like clear it. Of course, there are going to be some websites which you don't want, like WARP websites, LinkedIn websites. People add the LinkedIn URL, they're not the company URL, of course. But again, you have like the idea, right? You can give it to ChatGPT and ask it to remove like all the bullshit URL. So what I'm now going to do is again, like I'll select the blank ones and I'll delete all the entries which do not have a website. So I'll delete all the selected rows, and then I'm gonna download the ones which. So yeah, as you can see, like we now have the list of all the people who have like the domain. So what I'll do is like I'll download this as a CSV file. And again, if you don't even have like the first name, the last name, let's say you don't have that and you only have the company name, you can literally come here. You can go into domain enrichment and you can upload the CSV file. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to select it and I'll enter what job titles I want. So let's say I want founder, owner, CEO, head, marketing, director, VP, like let's say this, president, director, and I'll click on the start button. And now it's basically going to go and start processing all the domains and give us like all the people. And you can see we found like 130 people, 360 people. If I like download the data and show you what it looks like, file open, upload, browse. Yep. Now, yeah, you can see we're getting phone numbers, email addresses, everything we're getting. And I just have like one question for you. Like, do you think people are genuinely doing this? People are genuinely getting like email addresses from these people. And again, we're not like the best thing about like lead contact info is they don't have a database of their own. They genuinely don't have a database. They enrich the data, which means it's up to date. So when you click on like find emails, you upload like first name, last name, domain. They don't have a database and they try to find emails. What they do is like they use different combinations of first name, last name, and the domain to find the email which actually belongs to the owner. So that's the thing I love the best about them. Again, you have like technology lists. So instead of like going on to Apollo and scraping everyone who uses like just trying to find e-com founders over there, you can just download the list of all these 5.4 million people who use Shopify, enrich that using like domain enrichment, and you're going to have like much higher chances of finding uncontacted prospects. So the point I'm trying to make is you just have to use your creativity. Again, if you want to find phone numbers, the process is the same. You can use this as well. So yeah, But again, like the sky is the limit. Like your lead lists are really important for outbound success. If you're targeting the same people as everyone else, you're not going to get results, and you have to be creative. I can give you examples. For example, uh, what everyone does, like I got the perfect example. So what everyone does is they go into Crunchbase, which is great. You can still apply like great filters, and you can like scrape Crunchbase using a platform. Instead of paying them like $200 a month for 5,000 credits, you can scrape unlimited data from Crunchbase, which is a software directory for free. You can scrape data from LinkedIn ads. But what you can also do, like I had a really good idea. So there's this platform called trustmrr.com right now. And it's basically like a database of startups, like companies who are listing themselves. And yeah, it's like a public database directory. And I don't think so anyone is scraping data from over here. So what I can do is I can come over here. We have like 1,500 startups listed over here. So, okay, I have to create like a free account. So I'll continue with Google. Yeah, now I can like view it fully. So you can see like we have 1,500 companies listed over here, and all of this is like free fucking revenue, free fucking money. So what I'm gonna do is like there's this free Chrome extension called Easy Scraper, and I'm just gonna like scrape all of this data. So like you can see we have like the name of the company, we have like the category. We don't need anything else. Maybe you can use this to like personalize your things, and this is like the MRR, the monthly recurring revenue, like the growth and the asking price of the shit. So I'm just gonna get rid of like all the data except like the revenue, the name, and everything else. So yeah, now I'm just gonna like start scraping it, and I'll just see what type of page it is. Like yeah, you just like keep on scrolling. So I'll select this like scroll down to load more items, and I'm just gonna click on like the start scraping button over here, and I'm just gonna scrape like around 100 of them to like illustrate what I mean. So we have scraped around like 90, and what we can now also do is yeah, this is like the list of the like this is basically the link. So if we go into this particular link, like I'll just open it. I think we can extract the name of the founder and the website of this company. Yeah, you can see the name of the founder and the website of this company. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So now you can click on this button called scrape each URL, and now we can go onto these URLs and scrape that. Click on continue, click on like select data to extract. It's like a free Chrome extension. You don't have to like buy a subscription or anything for this. So you can literally like extract the name of the guy, the founder, and then you can extract like yeah, from here I think we can extract the URL as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it. This is the company name. Click on finish, and now we can like click on continue, and it's going to scrape like all of the different founders, all of the data from all the pages which is scraped earlier, and we can click on the start scraping button over here. You can see we're getting like the link, and we can remove this data like ref like trustmrr.com, whatever it is. So yeah, I'll just like wait for it to run for a while. So we found like a couple of entries, and I think like we should be able to get some data from this as well. So again, you can scrape more and more, and it's automatically scraping as you can see. You just leave it running in the background. I'll just open it up in a Google Sheet and show you what we can do. So over here, what I'll do is I'll just like delete all of this shit, like delete column, and this is like the full name. Like we don't need this, so I'll delete this column as well. This column is also not needed. Now over here, you can see we have like the websites, but it says like ref equal to trustmrr.com. So what I'll do is like I'll download the CSV file, download CSV. I'll go to ChatGPT because I've seen like ChatGPT is the best AI for processing spreadsheets. I'll use like Auto. It's pretty good. Now I'll just like dictate it. So ChatGPT, this is a spreadsheet I have of founders of different companies. So we have like the website URL, but at the end of it, it has like some referral thing, like it's telling the website that the people came from like Trust MRR or some shit. So I wanted to like remove that particular thing from the end of each and every single website. I'll paste it in brackets as well. And I want you to like split the full name of the person into first name and last name. So give me the output CSV file, which has the first name, the last name, and the website completely normalized. I'll just like copy this exact shit over here. which you want to remove, paste it, and just give it. And you don't want to use like reasoning models of ChatGPT when processing spreadsheets. I've seen like it always fucks it up. And you can see like it's again just scraping and scraping and scraping. 74 of them have been scraped, and you just like leave it running in the background. So I'm gonna actually stop scraping, and I'll just like wait for ChatGPT to give it to me. So the file has been processed. I'll download this CSV file and I'll just like come back to lead contact info. Let's say enrichment. We come over to find emails. We upload the CSV file, first name, last name, website, and we start processing them. And just to see like how many emails we're able to find. Of course, it's a very small data set, so we might not even find anything. But on average, we've seen like 40% of the emails can be found, and a lot of the data over here, as we can see in the original spreadsheet, like a lot of the data is not proper because this is not like the last name of a person. Setaria is like not the full name. So again, if you give it like better quality data, it's going to be better, like Allen Developer, Apple.com. That's probably fault. So again, like a lot of like United States lunchbreak.ai. So data is flawed. So that's why we're gonna be running into issues over here, as you can see. But we're still able to like find some emails at least. So again, it's just like an illustration. If you do it for 1500 startups and everything, of course it's gonna be better. I'm just giving you examples. You have to find like databases and directories in your industries. For example, instead of what everyone does, like let's say I want to target marketing agencies or like service-based companies, instead of targeting like the same companies like everyone else, what you should be doing is like let's say you go to Clutch, which is a marketplace of different agencies. What you can do over here is you find companies who sell like advertising services. You come here and you scrape the name of all these companies, you scrape the websites of this. Then what you can do is, even if you want to use Apollo, in Apollo there's a feature where you can upload like the list of company domains, and then you can apply job filters to find people in those companies. Do that. Why do you have to use Apollo? Why don't you use like Seamless AI or Success AI? So you come to scrapers, and over here you just open like the Seamless AI scraper, and you can basically scrape like unlimited data from Seamless AI without paying them like thousands of dollars. So you watch this tutorial over here, and then you just like scrape all of the data, hundreds and thousands of entries from Seamless AI, from Success AI, whatever scraper you want to use. It's all up to you. The sky is the limit. Like, yeah, like Crunchbase is gonna like, let's say you want to target SaaS companies, go to Crunchbase, scrape the company domains, paste them in Success AI or Seamless AI, and then scrape the data. You also have like an Apollo scrape. I'm not saying Apollo is bad. If you like scrape Apollo using this particular method, I think you're gonna have like such a blast. It's gonna be so damn good. You're gonna get like at least 2 to 3 times more reply rates compared to just applying the generic filters. Because firstly, the generic filters you apply, they're not 100% perfect. No platform has perfect filters. But if you insert the company domains and then you like filter for job titles in those companies, you're finding people which are not easily searchable via just the generic Apollo filters. So basically contacting uncontactably, like you're contacting people who don't get contacted. You're basically stepping into a pool of untapped leads. And when you do that, you make more money. And yeah, just be creative, combine all of them. If you have feature requests, like, bro, use your creativity, use your brain, and figure this shit out. I've given you enough examples, I think, to illustrate the point forward. You have to use your brain, you have to be creative to create a strategy of finding people in your industry who are not on top. The worst thing you can do is go onto Twitter and find like lead lists, which are given away like giveaways. Like so many people, I'm in some cold email communities and people say lead list, bro. These people are being blasted by the 1,300 people in the community. What makes you think it's a smart idea to fucking mess with them? Don't be dumb, bro. I hope this helped. If you have any questions, contact me. Lot of cool shit in the description. Go check it out. Bye.